Record first. All right, we're recording.
Not yet.
Welcome back to the MyTakeAthletics Podcast. As you can see, we've got I got some backlight here. Let me get over. All right, so this is my friend Corey. I wrote a little bit of an introduction for him. We've been friends for roughly 6-7 years now.
7, I think.
Yeah. He is a new member of the MyTake team. Super excited to have him. This is our third time now filming this episode. We actually were using another program prior to this, and I just thought, and he had the idea. I had the idea before, but I didn't think of it, to use Zoom and just screen record it. So that's what we're doing. What's up, Corey? Tell us about yourself a little bit.
What's up, y'all? I'm Corey. I got a Texas A&M University for psychology, and I'm from Austin as well. We went to the same high school.
Sure. Why'd you choose psychology?
I like helping people, and I think I'm good with people.
I can agree with that. Hey, Google, set the lights in the basement to 100%.
You live in a basement.
I do. I'm staying in my dad's basement right now because we got kicked off of campus. So y'all don't know Corey, but he actually is really good with people. It's a little hard to tell via the video call, but yeah, he's a good guy. I don't know. What are you excited about being on My Take now?
Just talking about sports, man.
Yeah, no, it's pretty cool. It's like if we can turn this into a job, like it's like the best job you can have. Just talk about sports all the time, bro. Like what? And from the comfort of your own home too. Like how many people get to do that? Exactly. Well, not zero, but not a lot.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, I don't know. So what's up? Like, how are you doing? I feel like this is like a little less formal than like having to do it in a 15-minute block. Like, I feel like we can be a little more open now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. Let me go to my notes. So, how's your college experience been so far?
It's been good, just hanging out with people like every night, just chilling.
Yeah, he goes to parties, you bastard.
Ooh.
The one party I went to is the party they got the school kicked off campus. So
What was that? Oh, you went to that?
Uh-huh. I was there, bro. So dumb.
Hey, it's okay. Literally, like the first 2 nights I lived here, I would jack the door and a couple other people to a party, and it was so big that whenever you walked into the house, you could not move.
I'm about to use my dad.
You know me, I'm a pretty tall guy, and I was like the normal height. It was a glizzy fest, bro.
Sausage fest.
It was, dude.
That's
it was just a bunch of dicks swinging around.
Dude, the world is up.
It was like
sliding.
Dude, you walked in the house and it was just weed. And then there was jungle juice for the ladies and beer for the boys. And then there was cocaine upstairs.
Oh, shit. All right, well, this podcast is off to a great start. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to figure out a place to sit that isn't being blinded by light. And right now I'm, like, resorting to using shitty.
Just chill in your bed, man.
Huh?
Just chill in your bed.
No, the light's awful on my bed.
Oh.
All right, well, this will do. This is fine. All right, cool. Yeah, so I don't know. So Corey did play football, correct? Yep. Why are you not playing football anymore? Explain to the people that.
I got a total, like, the equivalent of 5 concussions in 1 game. So just an awful concussion. I was out of school for a week, out of athletics for the year. And then
you don't have to be as short now because we have unlimited time.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, I couldn't play ever again. And then I went to our rival high school and I did ag, so I raised 3 goats. I actually got them right here.
You called them the 3 retards.
Yeah, so this is the first retard. His name's Harold. This is the second retard. This was the most retarded by far. His name is George.
Yes, sir.
And then my favorite, because he was the 12th GOAT, and A&M saying is the 12th man. So my dad texted me one morning and said, "You got the 12th GOAT," and I love that ever since. Um, and then I got in trouble because I was doing illegal things. For my age, they were illegal. Um, yeah,
Vaping.
yeah, I was vaping and dipping.
Nobody's gonna be surprised by that.
Yeah, who cares? Who's
Good.
surprised? It's me. Um, yeah, but yeah, got in trouble for that. My mom told me you can either never hang out with that friend again, or you can transfer to Westwood. So I transferred myself basically. I'm like, Mom, I want to go to Westwood next year. She transferred me, went to Westwood, got to play football again, but I could only play kicker. So I had to play kicker my first year, and then I played punter my second year. Never played a varsity game except for one time. I got one play, got 4 yards as a receiver.
So he's 1-for-1, 4 yards on one target.
Exactly.
One reception on one target for 4 yards.
Yeah. And Coach Wood told me, he's like the day of the practice, he's like, one time I let this guy, he was also a punter, I got him to play receiver and catch a ball. And he dropped the first 3, but on the fourth one he caught it and got like 8 yards. And he scared the shit out of me with that. Dude,
You
I
don't
was
want to
so
be
I was just gonna fool of myself after talking smack, like, yeah, I got hands, man. Which I do.
You don't want to drop it. That would not be pretty.
I would have just been like, Coach, don't want to play.
Yeah,
That's humiliating.
that would have been ugly. All right. So we got some funny stories to run through. We really do. Me and Corey's relationship is it's one of trial by fire.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
So let's take it to the end of junior year. This is like the first year he's at Westwood. Just to preface this story a little bit, I was unlicensed, uninsured, driving his 2020 Honda Civic.
Which still had paper plates.
Yes, it was brand new,
Like literally brand new.
$20,000 car. And I pull into the parking lot of the school. And the way our school set up is like there's like the school and then there's the portables back here. I pulled in behind the school next to the portables because that's where the person I was dropping off their class was. And it wasn't my assistant principal, but one of the assistant principals at the school. Our school had 4 different assistant principals. They were kind of by alphabetical order. Backed into Corey's car, put a fat dent in his driver's side window. Yeah, it was big. So that I proceeded to text Corey and be like, "Oh shit, I got your car hit," and he was like, "What?"
I just didn't believe him. Like, huh?
I was like,
And he's like, just
"You're
send me a
joking,
picture.
right?" I was like, "No." I sent him a picture, and he was like, "Okay, put my keys in my car. Do not talk to me ever again." That was essentially the conversation.
And then we became best friends
We became
4 days later.
even better friends after that incident. So
Yeah. And then like a year, like we had never really gotten into a big incident like that again until the next year.
but even the next thing, like even that fight that you're about to talk about was not as serious as this.
Yeah, no, but it was
But
like,
so people are gonna wonder like why we got uh, out of that incident so easily. Is because we both kind of realized like it was stupid on both parts.
yeah,
I shouldn't have been driving the car. He shouldn't have been letting me drive the car. And so we
mm-hmm.
kind of just chalked it up to stupidity and moved on. I don't know. Most people probably would not remain friends after a situation like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the next story.
Um, this is interesting for sure. We were at the gym playing basketball right before our high school's playoff game. We went to every single one. We went to the previous 2 together. Third one we were gonna go together, but we had an altercation, and we were playing 21. It was like 20 to like probably like 15, 14, something a little less. and he's going up for a lay. And so I just hug him so he can't get it. And he's like, you don't want to do this right now? I'm like,
For
what?
reference, okay, so I'm 6'8" and Corey is 6'4". Like, we're not small
Five.
dudes.
I'm 5, 6'5"
Okay.
now.
It doesn't matter. At the time, you're probably 6'4".
At the time I was.
We're not small people. I'm not. I'm 6'8", 235 pounds. Like, I'm a big dude. Like, and
And
he wraps me up on the layup. And I'm like pissed, and so I have the ball in my hands. I throw an elbow right at his head, bro.
I just go straight to my nose. And I'm like, I'm
I think
holding it.
you were bleeding, right?
I started to bleed a little bit. I also was bleeding in my mouth because you get me like right here. And then whenever you're going up, it went through my nose.
It was
I was
ugly.
bleeding more in my mouth than I was my nose.
It was ugly. I ended up texting
Yeah.
him. I was like, "Listen, dude, I'm not gonna sit here and fight with you over this." Like,
And then I was petty and I was petty and I was like, yeah, no, fuck you.
and then
I'm
he
not fucking
texted me
you
the
anymore.
next day and was like, "Yeah, we shouldn't be fighting over this."
Yeah. It was literally like a day later we got over it.
Yeah.
And I think that just shows like how good of friends we are. Like we can get into shit like that and still be like close ass friends.
Yeah, that's why I'm not super terrified about starting this together.
Yeah. So
And like, I don't feel like it's gonna be super difficult to run together. It's like not super difficult to run by myself, so I feel like having somebody else to run it with me will make it even easier.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited to have a co-host at least.
Yeah. Dope.
Because talking to a computer screen by yourself is the most
Boring thing ever.
like you just feel ridiculous. Like you feel like an idiot. I can't even imagine how YouTubers feel like sitting there talking to a camera.
Yeah.
Like, it's true what they talk about too. Like it's an awkward feeling.
Yeah.
But apparently some of them will like talk about how they like imagine an audience there. I can't. It doesn't. Ugh. Yeah, I don't know. What else, dude? What else? I don't know. Damn, bro. We should have came more prepared. What do you think? Okay. Well, we can talk about sports. Fuck it. Let's talk about sports.
All right.
So we both obviously watched the NBA bubble. So who's your team, first of all?
The Heat.
The Miami Heat. All right. Who's your favorite Heat player of all time?
Dwayne Wade.
Dwayne Wade. That's respectable. Okay. So obviously going into the NBA bubble, there were some teams that you thought were not going to do well.
Show out.
Like who going into the NBA bubble did you not expect to see do as well as they did?
The Suns, first off.
Suns. Yep.
Suns are the first person. The Raptors. I was kind of surprised about the Raptors.
The Raptors didn't do well though.
Yes, they did. They almost beat the Celtics, dude.
Being the reigning champions, they should have been the best team in that.
They also lost. They also lost Kawhi.
Facts, but still.
But you have to remember how good of a team they were still.
It's true.
After playing a team like the Celtics.
I know. Yeah, the Celtics were not
that good. But they were
Celtics were really good. The Celtics were great. Jason Tate, I don't know. I feel like the Celtics
they don't know how to close out. They don't know how to close out games. That's the issue.
Like the Celtics need another piece. I feel like
yeah, they do.
Give the ball to Jason Tatum and get out of the way is not the best game plan.
I agree.
He's not. I said this about Giannis too. He's not a carry a team kind of guy. Like neither of them are LeBrons. Like LeBron is the only guy in the NBA right now who can carry a team on his back to the finals. And we've seen it with all of those Cavs teams. Like outside of like the 2016 squad, like we've seen LeBron carry teams like on his own.
Yep.
And it's ridiculous. And I'm not by no means like a LeBron like fanboy or anything like that, but
he's an amazing player.
You're not going to get other players like him. And so for teams like the Celtics to expect Jason Tatum, a young guy, it's like what is like third year in the league, fourth year, to like fill that position is a little ridiculous. I don't know. I feel like they're missing a piece. I feel like if they can get like a solid big, like Tyser's great. I don't know. They're missing a piece. Who
They
who
need to, they
who are
need
you?
to get a better bench. They
Huh?
need to get a better. They need to get a better bench.
I can agree with that.
Because that's what's holding him back is that bench. Because the second Marcus Smart, Jason Tatum, Daniel Tice, all them after they come off the floor,
Walker.
it is just it's so easy for the next team. It's just like playing a bunch of middle schoolers.
Yeah. No, it's not pretty. Who did you expect to go further? Who didn't?
The Bucks.
I think
I,
that's
I
I think that's the common denominator in the Eastern Conference. I was expecting the Bucks to be a final squad
yeah, same.
with the best record
Uh,
in the Eastern Conference. Like you should
and-
be, by
yeah,
logic, you should be in the finals.
yeah.
And they were ultimately very disappointing.
hmm
But I'll say it again. I think the Bucks are another team that are just missing a piece. I think
Yep.
that Giannis is not a guy who can carry a team like that.
Yeah.
They're at best until Giannis gets some support, a second round team. And I know I'm probably going to make some people. It's a hot take, but I don't feel like the Bucks are a championship contender yet. But the bubble did make things interesting, like the no crowd. So Corey, you've played in competitive games with a crowd. Can you? And I wrote this in my blog, but you can attest to the fact that in order to understand crowd momentum, you have to experience it.
hmm
Like you can't understand just how vital a crowd is to a game unless you've experienced it, right?
Yep.
And so one of the main points I made in that blog is that the NBA not having a crowd was a big reason why certain teams did as well as they did and why other teams didn't do as well.
hmm
Because there's no crowd momentum. Like not having a crowd to either boo you or cheer you on is a big game changer. And I think you can agree with me on that. It's
Yeah.
huge. Can we agree that the NBA did a really good job running that bubble?
They do.
They did an incredible job, right? Like I'm not
And I liked the wristband stuff too. That was cool. Like how like they check in with their wristbands. That was sick.
yeah. No, did you ever like get a chance to watch any of the like did you ever watch JaVale McGee's Life in the Bubble YouTube videos?
No,
Oh, they're so cool.
really.
He like takes you through like a day in the life in the bubble. They're testing, by the way. They had to test every day.
Yep.
And I think one of the more impressive feats coming out of that was the 0 positive cases in 4 months in the bubble.
Yeah.
That's
Exactly.
insane.
That's
The
pretty
MLB
cool.
and the NFL haven't even done that. And they're both equally as wealthy organizations, like had as much protocol. But you gotta hand it to the Players Association and the NBA. Like they did it so well. Yeah, I don't know. I talk a lot about basketball though. You said you're a college football guy, right?
More than anything.
Yeah. What do you have against the NFL?
It's too slow paced.
Really? That's a hot take.
I don't know. I like more of a fast paced type of game, but I also like it to
The
be a little
NFL
slow.
slow pace. That's gonna piss some people off.
But I mean, I don't care, dude. But I mean, I like longer but shorter games. Like longer than a basketball game, but shorter than like the NFL or the NHL game. I mean, the NFL games take forever because no one scores. Sometimes there's overtime, but I want a good competition, not just more or less to say like um that Alabama versus Georgia football game. That was such a good game at first. Like it can swing one way or the other, and I like just how it can swing one way or the other. I
Alabama
like that.
pulled the fuck away.
Huh?
Alabama ran away with it at the end.
Yeah, sadly.
So
I
that's
was going
what
for
else is new? It's so fun. Alabama's so funny to me. Like they make Division I football teams look like total dog shit.
you know what pisses me off the most?
What?
So you know Nick Saban had COVID, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how long was he out?
Like a week.
Dude, it was like 5 days, 6 days.
Really?
It was something stupid.
Trevor Lawrence got it too.
You know how long he has to be out?
2 weeks. I'm well aware. Yeah, 3 weeks. Same thing, bro. It's because he's a player, though. Like, no, I mean, I guess I
The
don't know that
coach
I
should,
really understand the logic
the
behind
head
it.
coach should be the one who's out longer than a player, in my opinion. I
Yeah.
mean, think about it.
That's who you were going to talk about, right? Like
If
Trevor
if the
Lawrence,
coach if the coach has COVID, he's giving it to all his players,
or he's
and
a
those coaches give it to all his players. Versus one player gives it to all the players, but the coach doesn't get it. Possibly, the coach should be out longer.
It's a tricky situation. The whole COVID thing is like, by the way, that's another thing to talk about, but I don't know. COVID's tricky. And I don't want to see Trevor Lawrence get any type of punishment for not quarantining. So just let him do what he does, and he'll be back when he gets back. But that's going to be a tough matchup against Notre Dame without him. That's going to be a
Is this
tough.
now they play against Boston College?
Yeah, no, it was ugly.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah. So that's a good thing to talk about, though. COVID. That's like the most obvious thing going on in our world right now. How is that affecting you?
Yeah. What did you say again? Sorry, I forgot.
How is COVID affecting you?
It's not.
Really?
No.
Yeah, I guess you are just kind of doing things normally still.
Yeah, I mean,
What do you think about people who I don't want to make this political. Never mind. I don't know. It's definitely affected the sports world in ways that we haven't ever seen before.
yeah, for sure.
Like, no, I think the biggest thing is like the no crowd.
Mm-hmm.
But
Well,
at
no,
college games, they're figuring out ways to get.
I mean,
Clemson had 19,000 fans in their stadium the other day.
A&M had like 26.
Yeah, so
And that's over the limit, so A&M got fined against Florida for having too many people.
what's
They're,
A&M
well,
record? Like 1-5.
they're number
Oh no, I'm thinking of
7.
Texas State. I'm thinking of Texas State.
There's number 7 right now, dude.
Oh, I'm
They
thinking of
might make
Texas State.
two.
I'm thinking of Texas State. I'm thinking of a totally different school.
Okay, they're 5-1.
Yeah. Okay.
Jeez, that's
Yeah,
scary.
I watched Texas State get railed by Louisiana yesterday,
Yeah,
or
Texas,
whoever they play. I don't think it was Louisiana.
Texas State.
I think I don't remember who they played, but they got destroyed.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
And then Mississippi State got destroyed as well.
Yeah, but Mississippi State was playing Alabama. Like,
Alabama shut them out.
yeah. No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, that's why they got destroyed. They were playing against Alabama.
Yeah, but
that's what made me say the whole thing about like. That made me say like it was so funny what Alabama makes like high major Division I football programs look goofy.
Yeah, I mean, Ole Miss almost beat them now.
I didn't watch that game.
It was a close game. It was so. I think Alabama either won by 1 or 2 touchdowns, and it was like 40-something to 50-something, bro.
I know Michigan State beat Michigan, which hasn't happened in a while.
Yeah,
it was like a upset or something. Michigan was ranked and Michigan State was unranked.
Yeah, and then another one was in Florida. That one was big. We were ranked like number 20-something. Florida number 4. Beat them by a field goal last second.
Florida State or the Florida Gators?
Florida Gators. That was a huge game for us.
Tim Tebow.
We jumped to number 10, and they dropped like 16 or something. We jumped like 10 because it was such a good game. Because it was such an insane game.
You know what I've noticed about college football? It's the same like 5 teams dominating every year.
Alabama, Clemson, Ohio State,
Georgia.
Who else?
Like I said, same 5, so 4. It's the same thing. It's ridiculous.
I mean, but even then, Georgia has only been good the past like 4 years.
Alabama's been good since 2010.
Before that, dude.
No, I just watched a whole documentary. They won their first prior to 2010, they were going like 1 and something.
Oh, geez, never mind.
Yeah. and then Nick Saban came, and that's when they really bossed up.
Yeah. Who else could be in that top 5? Because
I don't know.
Ohio State's not going to be good after this year, I don't think. I don't think if Trevor Lawrence goes to the NFL this year, Clemson's not going to be as good next year.
No,
Alabama's going to be
he's not
first.
staying for a senior year. There's no way.
Dude,
Unless he
does,
wants to like Heisman chase.
Dude, he's also going to the Jets.
Yeah, that's rough.
If he does that, I would never do. I would rather play another year in college than go to the Jets.
There was something I saw. There's some meme on TikTok that it was like they were saying that a fully healthy Clemson team could beat the Jets.
Probably.
I'd be willing to put money on it, honestly. But bro, Frank Gore, dude, that dude's been in the league for 17 years and he's playing running back.
Who does he play for?
The Jets. He's third all time in rushing yards. Dude, that's ridiculous to play 17 years at that position. That is one of the most physically demanding positions.
Mm-hmm.
Like, holy shit.
Still playing.
How long has this call been going? Where do I see that? Where do I see how long the call's been going?
I don't know.
Interesting. I don't think it's been going for too long. I think we're okay. You can get like another 10, 20 minutes. I wonder where you see it, though. It's so weird that you can't. Whatever. Anyway, yeah. No, Trevor Lawrence should be interesting.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see him in the NFL. I've been watching him since high school, though. So,
what are your predictions on the playoffs for college football? Who do you think's getting in? Who do you think's staying out?
The same teams that are always in. So Alabama, Clemson.
Alabama, Clemson, Ohio State.
Georgia.
Georgia's not going to be in the top 4.
Really?
No, I don't think so.
Who's it going to be then?
I don't think Clemson is, and I do not think Georgia is. And then I don't think Notre Dame will stay in there. I think number 1 is going to be Alabama.
You think they're going to win?
Depends who they play. I think number 2 is going to be Georgia. They're going to jump to number 2.
Let's see. I'm looking at the AP 25 right now. So
yeah,
Notre Dame is ranked number 4.
Yeah. I think they're going to –
So it's Clemson, Bama, OSU, Ohio State, Notre Dame, and Georgia.
Yeah. I don't think Clemson's going to stay in. I think Ohio State will. I don't think Notre Dame will. I don't think Cincinnati will get in. The only other teams I could see possibly getting in, A&M, Florida, Oregon.
All right, well, so since My Take is a basketball-dominated platform, let's talk about predictions for the next NBA season. What teams are going to be good, what teams are not going to be good, because the bubble is changing everything. So
yeah,
what teams are going to be ones to look out for, what teams are going to be ones that are I don't know. Do you think the Heat have a shot of making it back to the
finals?
Yeah.
I
don't either.
Say it.
I don't either. I think the Heat
teams I see going over them are Toronto, Boston. I hate to say this. Is Kevin Durant back?
Oh yeah. The Nets. Honestly, okay, Stephen A. Smith had an interesting take on this. He said that Kevin Durant and the Nets have no reason not to make the finals this year.
No, I agree.
They have Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, Karis LeVert.
Yeah, I think they'll make
Jared Allen. I don't think they have any reason to lose. I really don't. There are some teams you can't count out, though, like the Sixers. I really tore apart the Sixers in one of my articles, though, because they on paper, are one of the best teams in the East. They have Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid. Like, they should be a lot better than a first round or second round exit in the playoffs, and they're not, and it's awful. And I think it's because Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons are so injury prone during the regular season. Ben Simmons was out with that knee cartilage or whatever that took them out of the playoffs.
No, they made it to the playoffs.
No, I know, but like, what the reason why they lost because Ben Simmons was out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, and they're like both made of glass. I don't get it, and so they're always kind of disappointing.
I think if Boston,
the Bucks are also equally as disappointing.
Yeah. I think that if Boston figures out how to close games, they're going to be a huge threat.
Yeah, I don't know. I think either Boston. It's between three teams for me: Boston, the Raptors, and the Nets.
Mm-hmm. Those are the top three for me.
What about the West?
Lakers, obviously.
The Lakers are going to be back in the finals.
Yeah.
I don't even really have to make any predictions. The Lakers will be back in the finals.
Yeah. Unless Denver comes out with something insane.
Or the Clippers manage to get their bullshit together.
Exactly. That's what I was about to say.
Yeah. I don't know. You can't count out. Yeah.
I know what you were going to say.
Everybody kind of sucks.
Huh?
Everybody else is like, compared to the Lakers and the Nuggets and Clippers, like.
I know who you wanted.
Westbrook and Harden are not making it to the NBA Finals.
I know who you wanted to say really bad.
Who?
The Pelicans.
No. I wanted to say the Trailblazers at first.
Oh.
Because of Damian Lillard, bro. And they're going to have CJ McCollum back.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, dude. That could be dangerous.
Yeah.
It's like one of those things you really have to see it play out.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we should do, though. We should create like a regular season like ranking prediction. So like what the top teams will be at the end of next regular season.
Mm-hmm.
So they're planning on having a start on December 22nd. What do you think about LeBron potentially not playing for the first month of the league's restart?
Did you say that?
Yeah. Danny Green said in a press conference or an interview or something that LeBron was probably not going to play if they came back on December 22nd.
Jeez.
He was going to play for the first month. Like, he would train with the team, but he wasn't going to play in games.
Right.
I don't know. I feel like that could really hurt them.
Mm-hmm. I think it was just for their record.
Yeah. Well,
I don't think it would hurt them.
No, because the second week they're ranking in the Western Conference. Because if they get a higher seed, then they can play a shittier team in the beginning rounds.
Mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't you want to do that?
Because they're still going to be a top team. Yeah, I don't think
if they get a higher seeding in the regular season, then when the playoffs come around, they'll be playing an 8 seed for the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah, but I'm saying the first month would really just affect their ranking a little bit, and then the second LeBron's back, they're going to jump to first.
I don't know. Yeah, it's one of those things you have to wait and see how it pans out. All right, well, that might be a good place to wrap up the episode.
Yeah.
I feel like we talked about some stuff.
Yeah.
All right, well, that is the second episode of the MyTakeAthletics Podcast, unless for some reason this recording doesn't save to my computer, in which case we will likely be doing another recording at some point in time. I'll figure it out. I don't know. Appreciate y'all watching. I'm going to go ahead and cut the recording now. Yep. Later, dude.